A subtle shift in the Lions' offense has caught the attention of those closely following the team, and it could turn the role of a certain speedster into something much bigger. Meanwhile, one of the most charismatic faces on the roster became a hot topic on social media for a reason that was, at the very least, unexpected. Some even went as far as comparing him to controversial NFL names. Two very different stories, but both say a lot about where the Detroit Lions stand right now. Hit that like button, and let's break down what's going on in Detroit. Jameson Williams has always been a bit of an enigma in Detroit, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Since his debut back in 2022 against the Jaguars, the guy's been under a pretty intense spotlight. He's lightning fast, comes with first-round expectations, and if you ask around, plenty of folks think he's got the juice to one day be in that top-tier wide receiver conversation. The folks over at PFF recently broke down Williams' fantasy football outlook, and one of the big takeaways: his role with the Lions hasn't exactly followed a straight path. In the early goings of 2023, he was seeing more action on early downs, then mid-season hit and boom, that flipped. By last year, he was lining up as the X-receiver when the Lions ran their base offense, with Amon-Ra St. Brown working at the Z spot. But when they went three wide, both slid around and Tim Patrick ended up taking over that X role. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Detroit drafted Isaac Teslaya this year. In college, Teslaya played more in the slot or at Z, but physically, he fits the mold of an X receiver. That said, it doesn't sound like he's about to start eating into Jameson's snaps anytime soon. In 2024, the Lions made a clear effort to get the ball into Williams' hands in more ways than just sending him deep. The guy came into the league known as a burner pure deep threat. From 2022 through 2023, he was top 7 in average depth of target and deep target rate among receivers with 250 plus routes. But last season, they brought in his workload. His deep targets went up by a couple, but more notably, he had 18 more mid-range targets and 21 more short ones than the year before. Oh, and by the way, his 8.4 yards after the catch per reception, best in the league. Bottom line, this dude's evolving and fast. If you're into fantasy, Jameson Williams might just be your sneaky breakout pick because the Lions clearly want him to be a bigger piece of the pie in 2025. Could 2025 finally be the year Jameson breaks out? Drop a comment and hold on, because what Jamir Gibbs posted might have made even more noise than a touchdown in a playoff game. Jamir Gibbs stirred the pot a bit this week, and all it took was a single repost. The Lions' electric young running back, who's usually all about football and the occasional pro wrestling shoutout, he's a big fan by the way, had some folks raising their eyebrows after sharing an AI-generated video on his social media. Now, Gibbs didn't make the video himself. It was one of those wild artificial intelligence mashups, this one featuring head coach Dan Campbell and offensive lineman Dan Skipper, both animated into a scene where they're firing off guns, all backed by a popular hip-hop track. Pure internet chaos, and while some saw it as just another goofy clip in the endless scroll of off-season content, others didn't take it so lightly. The criticism rolled in fast. One commenter went full concerned parent mode, warning that the NFL might step in. Another sarcastically joked that Gibbs must have been hanging out with John Morant this offseason, not exactly the kind of association a player wants floating around. Critics pointed to the gun theme and said it's not a great look for a rising star, especially in a league that's always scanning for PR landmines. But plenty of folks also came to Gibbs' defense. Some shrugged it off as just another harmless post in the offseason haze. One local nurse even jumped into the conversation saying, "Relax, bro is enjoying his offseason and not bothering anyone. And if a 30-second clip like this freaks you out, maybe the internet isn't for you." At the end of the day, this feels more like a case of off-season stir craziness than anything serious. Gibbs shared something edgy, sure, but he didn't create it, and the lines between humor, hype, and controversy on social media get blurrier by the day. Still, when you're a face of the franchise, even your retweets hit different. Jameson is getting new chances and showing real growth. Gibbs, on the other hand, just learned that even a repost can become headline news when you're a star. Subscribe so you don't miss anything coming out of Detroit.